Welcome to Board Games Daddy. Today we are going to unbox secondhand Zombicide Black Plague. So this is a standalone version of Zombicide, this time happening at the Black Plague. It's a fantasy environment. It, as I mentioned, is a secondhand, so it's very rough, as you can see. The box is very well loved, unfortunately, I could not find another version. This game is already very expensive, and this deal that I made came with some expansions. So I'm trying to collect this and trying to spend the least possible. But let's take a look here. What we have. So that the box has an art that looks very good. You see all those images from zombies and those fantasy characters there. Fighting against the horde of the zombies. I would like to show you the bottom, but this box is very heavy, and yeah, it has lots of miniatures, and you deploy the tiles. We'll see the content inside, and we'll see all the components. So yeah, you see how damaged this box is here around the edges. It's truly secondhand product. Okay, so let's then open a little bit. And before we go down, if you can see around the box, there is the images of the characters and the names of each character that you play. So this is a sword lady, somehow a elf with a bow and a sword. This is a dwarf with a typical hammer. Abomination. So these are the bad guys: the zombies, the walkers, abomination, the necromancer, and okay, more characters to play. And we start with the game manual. So it's one of the biggest game manuals that I've seen. So it's 52, 54 pages, 50, 53, 55. So very big. Let's have an overview here with the game components and some references for the other games, right? And okay, so the rules, how you deploy the tiles, how you move, the items that you can use. Everything is very well explained, very deeply explained, right? So many pages, and then if we move forward, we eventually find, let's see where it starts. So because this is a campaign game, the same book will include quest 0, which is a tutorial for you to learn how to play, and then one quest, big game hunting, the black books, second quest, third, fourth, and then there you go, and up until the last quest, which is quest number 10. 10 quests here. 10 quests. Yep, 10 quests. The game comes with 10 scenarios for you to play. And that's it. Okay, so let's put this here on the side. And let's have a quick look into this box, because the interesting stuff will be here. And then the game comes with 6 boards, player boards, which you put your character here, and you put one item in each side for each hand, and then you have a satchel where you put your items. Okay, and there's a tracker here for your power level. Okay, you can play up to 6, and these are the characters that the game brings. So Anne is the nun with the knife. Clovis is the fighter with 2 swords and a possible shield. Nell is a lady fighter with a broadsword. Baldric is the spellcaster, and Samson is the dwarf. And still Silas is the elf with the bow as well and some arrows to shoot range. Okay, that's it. Let's take a look at the most important thing here, which are the minis. Take a look at these minis. They look so good. They look so good. This is the swords guy, right? Swords guy. The double sword lady, she has some kick. To be able to handle a double sword like this. The sorcerer, Baldric, mistaken. And this is the nun, which has a dagger and it's a bigger sword. And this guy is, wow, the double sword, double big sword, and a shield on his back. Guy, and then the dwarf, right, with his hammer. Okay, so most of the minis from the enemies, they are very similar. They are very similar, indeed. So this was the abomination, and then you have lady zombie. I'm trying to show you at least all the different ones. This one seems like a runner. Is running away. He is running away. And this one, it seems like a weak walker. A fat one. Fat guy. And they all seem to be variations of these zombies. They all seem to be some kind of variation. And we also have under it more zombies, some of them a bit out of place. But they seem to be more fat guys, more running away zombies. This one got out of place as well. Okay. So lots of miniatures for you to pull all your army inside on top of the table and play against them. So let's see the cards here. The cards are already sleeves. So the guy that I bought this already had sleeved the cards. I'm having difficulty here to get all the cards out. Okay, so one at the fell. Okay, so these are the monster cards. So for zombies invasion, you deploy these enemies here. So there's the Necromancer. So they have different stats. They deploy differently. Okay, Necromancer again. Double spawn. Don't spawn zombies here. Spawn 2 zombie cards on the next zone. That's a double spawn. Okay, so the 4 types of zombies are the fat guys, the walkers, the runners, and the abomination, which was the big guy. Okay, so they all look very similar here. To spawn more zombies. Okay, and then we have the equipment cards. So I don't think these boxes are thought to be used with sleeved cards because it's very difficult to take some right here to take out from the back all these cards when they are sleeved. But still, we want to protect our materials, right? And so we have a torch, the dragon bile. Torch to put zombies on fire. Torch, sword, the death strike. Apples to get an experience point. Arrows, an armor, and a short sword. I have a problem. Axe. Okay, so all very fantasy-like medieval weapons. What's this? Salted meat. So you eat to get more experience. Okay, it's a good use of meat indeed. Ready to grow and get experience. Invisibility. Okay, lots of weapons. Some of them are repeated, as you can see. There are some repetition here. Good. Save it, and then. So I'll just put here on the side. First move forward and get to the final part of this unboxing. The tiles inside. tiles and the tokens. So for you to compose your land, you see here, run fire, etc. And then I need to take out these, which are tokens to use, markers, ring, and dice for the attacks probably, and some tokens for good and bad things. Okay. And then finally you have 9 tiles according to the manual where the action happens. Like this, here. I'm not able to spot the differences, so they look like streets in the middle of the city, inside some houses, right? Yeah. Bread-like things. Okay. A cape here. Good. Another. Oh, this looks like a square. Town square. And they look very similar. And they look like a bit burned from the sun. The colors look a little bit burned by the sun. Is it just me, or yeah? Okay. And finally, last but not least, there is a nice letter here signed by the creators, thanking you for acquiring Black Plague. So I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. I have more materials that I will bring to the channel. If you're watching this, if you want to watch on YouTube, it's available on my channel, Board Games Daddy. I really appreciate your support for making this channel grow. So if you liked it, just leave a like, subscribe, and that will be the best thing you could do at this stage to help increase the channel. So I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you.